Well, hey guys, it's Mike Festiva here. Welcome back to Mini Pinzgauer 6x6 off-road build. In this video, I think we're going to be able to get the steering all hooked up, all the linkages and everything for that. And hopefully start framing out a little bit more stuff for the cab to kind of make it come to life a little bit more. So stick around and enjoy the video, guys. Nice. Alright, now that we got all the framework welded up here enough to actually mount the steering box, now we can actually cut the brackets for it. So the steering wheel is going to be up here, steering column's coming down, going through this gearbox, heading out that way to the rack and pinion, which will actually be sitting behind me when I'm in the seat. So let's go over to Fusion 360, we drew up some parts and cut them out on the CNC plasma table. So here's the little steering box on eBay. Put a little link to the badge over here. Vasily Bill just got a hold of me recently. He's working on a 4x4 Murray mower project. It's 100 horse. It's going to be pretty cool. But I think he's dealing with something. He needs something similar to this to counteract some steering problems. So keep in mind, most of the rack and pinions on side-by-side sit in front of you. Well, I mounted it behind me. And the problem with that is it had to be flipped. And I think you actually, if you steered right, it would go left. So that's how we're going to sort all that out. All right, let's get mounting this thing. And it cuts out a second piece, no big thing. But I just want to note that I have little 16th inch washers between the plate and the gearbox here. So when you start welding and gusseting the stuff up, even if those plates move a little bit, they won't tighten up too much and make it hard to remove the gearbox. Just makes things easier going ahead and maintaining stuff down the road. right, try to go over this quick. Start off with a 5/8 inch coupler, cut it in half. Remember that rack and pinion I cut down, the tie rod ends? Well, it turned out to be 5/8 inch, perfect, because I used some of that. Took a small steering joint from a Subaru, cut that in half, put some of that 5/8 inch shaft after I turned it down in the center of this, and took that shaft coupler. There we go, it just got welded together and we got the first U-joint taken care of. All right, let's see if this makes sense here. This is the original steering shaft that came from the RZR 800 I ordered on eBay. This is F1 over from the rack and pinion, Subaru coupler I modified. So this is getting pulled, this is getting welded onto it, this is getting pulled, and this is getting welded onto it. So the box and the steering column out. Hope that makes sense. All right, got that steering wheel all mounted on there. I'm happy how that worked out. That little CNC kit I cut out to hang it worked out great. I like building stuff this way where you can unbolt it if you have to take it out to do any work. Only thing we have to do now is finish up the steering rod down to the box, and this thing should be able to steer. All right, you guys, I'm pretty excited about this. That was a milestone on this project here, is to have a concept of how I want this thing to steer and actually see it all the way through. Even if this is a shorter video, maybe 13 minutes long or so, it's still a milestone for me, and it takes a lot of work and designing, ordering parts, and figuring out how you're going to put it together and actually accomplishing it. So I'm glad you guys stuck around and enjoyed the video. I can't say for sure what we're going to get done completely in the next video, but I can say for sure I got some hydraulic parts ordered here. Master cylinder and hydraulic parking brake. We're hoping to get the brakes hooked up, at least maybe get the front brakes to work. This thing has a lot of calipers all over it, so it's going to take a while figuring out mismatched lines and how to get all that set up. But if we can get this thing steering like we did, get it to stop, and if we can get that engine running by the next video, and I'm sure that transmission is going to take some tuning to get it worked out from going from the 2-stroke down to a governed 4-stroke. It'd be pretty cool in the next video or two if we can actually drive this thing around a little bit. Just put it around and try it out. Alright you guys, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. If you're new to this channel and just came across it on this build series, go back and check out some of my other videos. You might like seeing the articulated dump truck video series. And I got a lot of other cool stuff from building a sawmill to a lot of different projects. So check those videos out as well. Alright you guys, until next time, take care. Bye.